Okay, say hello.
Hello. Is it good?
It's good.
Do you need more lights? Less lights?
Mm,
Alternatively, we could turn this light up more and have it flood in. Is that it?
no. Change that back to
talks
what it
about
was.
things with people.
Okay, come here. Look at this. There's Christmas.
Yes,
There's
Christmas
Sam.
and me.
Hello, everybody. This is Sam, and he is. What are you?
I'm an ENTJ.
That's right.
So you say.
He's an NTJ for sure, possibly INTJ, but we're thinking right now ENTJ. So this interview will be of Sam as an ENTJ, and you guys can argue below if you.
Yeah, isn't that like the point of videos for them to like, guess?
It's kind of to observe the different types without bias is what I like interviewing people who don't know much about MBTI, because then they're not talking through those lenses. Instead, they're literally talking about their own experience,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not. It feels like a clearer, truer depiction of type. That's not falling into the stereotypes.
Sure.
So with that, Sam,
Molly.
what is your relationship with efficiency?
Interesting. My relationship with like the concept of efficiency.
Yeah, like how do you relate to it in, like, how do you see it in other people? Do you prefer it? Do you feel like you're good at it?
Well,
Do you like when other people are efficient? Do you, like, is it a value? Or
also just as like a baseline rule, am I answering you or like answering to the camera? Just so like I know where to look.
you can answer.
Obviously you're here, but like the audience will be watching as well. So
You can answer to me.
okay, efficiency. I mean, as a concept,
That's like-
efficiency is like objectively good, so to speak, because it's if you view time as a limited resource, the less of it you use on something, the more you have to use on other things. So if you're talking about like cost benefit, efficient things are better than non-efficient things, if that's like your point of view. I guess there's something to be said about spending more time on things if you don't view time as like a asset or like a commodity.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that you're pretty efficient?
When I want to be. When I'm working, no, absolutely not, because I get paid by the hour.
What are the things that you want to be efficient at, and what are the things that you don't care to be efficient?
Probably just like day-to-day tasks. I feel like being efficient at those is good because you just have to do them. It's kind of like minutia. So
Are you good at just getting things done? Like
I think
I have to do this, so I'm just
when
gonna do
I
it.
have a task and I know I can do it quickly, I'm pretty good at identifying it and just doing it, because you just do it, like doing dishes or taking out the trash. Seeing all this great commentary.
By the way, when you said efficiency, at first it sounded like you were in a spelling bee and you were going to spell it. You're like, efficiency.
There's a lot of I's and C's there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it good?
I think so. Okay, until that dies.
How much charge do you have on that?
Like 10%.
How do you do this yourself?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
If you need something, I guess we can find something. But
So, well, this is a question from my ESFP husband, Franco.
yes, I know.
He asked if how you're not emotional. He didn't
How?
ask if. He said how.
How?
And I'm like, well, he has emotions. But
How could one be non-emotional, or like in what
You.
way am I not emotional?
no, he feels like he's never seen you get emotional or like reactive in a way that feels like he feels like you. I argue that it might still be there, like in you. But you do seem relatively chill in response to.
Again, though, which like variety of how is he asking? Is he asking how, like literally, could I not be emotional, or in what ways am I not emotional?
How?
By what means, or just like by my like nature, you know? I assume it's a nature question, but I'm just
I think
double
he's
checking.
asking.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? Well, I get emotional. I don't know. I guess I just like more often than not am not overly wowed or impressed with with things in my life, which is I don't know. That's just something that's just in my brain. I can't like explain why that is. Maybe it's because, and maybe we'll go back to the efficiency angle in case you were in tune for the first question. I almost feel like I'm geared towards efficient use of my emotions to a certain degree. So it's like to give a sort of monotone or chill reaction is like the least amount of effort to put in. Whereas like to be sad or mad or even happy requires a certain degree of effort or energy input.
But that's talking about it like it's a conscious decision.
Sure, I'm just rationalizing it for my body's
Fun.
own like physical response, so to speak. I think that's the reason why I talk the way I talk in sort of like a low cadence with not a lot of enunciation, because it's like the most efficient way to speak.
Because you get it all out.
Well, that, and I don't even need to think about, you know, changing the cadence or talking louder or putting like emphasis on certain words, because I can just spew it out like an assembly line of a sentence.
Is it a choice?
I don't know if it's
Or
a
is it
choice.
natural?
I'm just trying to think why, because I don't think many people, well, maybe a lot of people are like that, but people that I know aren't like that. There's got to be a reason for it. It's not just that I'm boring. I hope it's not that I'm just boring. But
No. Because you have lots of interesting thoughts. That is interesting. Your delivery is, like, the cadence is very
yeah, it's just that.
chill.
It's just one after another.
You have a function extroverted thinking, and my function's extroverted feeling, which is also Izzy has extroverted feeling.
Sure.
And that really values like connecting with others, and sometimes they're more expressive, like outwardly with their.
Sure. I mean, it's way easier to know what people are thinking when they like emote, right? When you're not emoting, you like turn your head and you're like not really sure what someone's thinking or how they feel about the situation.
Which can make people uncomfortable.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
Like, do people think you're judging them a lot?
I don't know about. Well, maybe. I do judge people a lot.
You do actually.
Well, who doesn't? But I mean, I think I do.
Like, in what ways?
Oh, anyway. I just think that that's like interesting. I feel like that's like, because when you're judging someone, you're sort of making like a value, like, response or comment about like yourself to a certain degree, like what you think is like good, bad, right, wrong, cool, not cool, aesthetic, unaesthetic, anesthetic. I don't remember which one that is, but I think it's unaesthetic.
That reminds me of another function of an MTJ. They have introverted feeling, which is relating things back to your own values and whatnot. Whereas other people might be connecting and they might not even be sure what their own opinions are.
I don't think I have that issue.
I do sometimes.
I think I like, if I'm given, something to opinionate about, I think I can just pick something. I don't know. I'm very not like non-committal in that sense.
Bringing it back to, I have two things. One, bringing it back to when I talked about being emotional, you brought up a positive emotion, which was interesting that was the first one you brought up. What about like negative emotions, like sadness and anger?
What about them?
You said you don't really get excited about things. Do you find yourself getting heated about things or
Sure. I mean, it's not that I have no emotions.
Yeah,
I never experience
right.
them. I just think that it's like maybe less frequent that I would emote to them, so to speak. So like at any given moment, I'm probably experiencing the same frequency of emotion as like quote unquote normal people.
Yeah.
But like the ones that I will outwardly show to the world are probably less frequent for reasons that I don't fully understand. But ones that I can posit, like what I was talking about with it's almost like the efficiency thing again, whereas like the least amount of effort to live your life is to not emote, to be unfazed, because then you don't need to do anything. You just exist like a rock on the ground. Whereas to get upset or excited or sad requires like you to act upon that. And I just for one reason or another just don't feel the need to act.
You don't value that.
I guess I don't. Yeah. I mean, if I valued it, I'd do it, right?
Do you feel that, do you internalize the feelings and stuff? And like process it on your own? And
sure. I know like when I'm upset with something or frustrated or annoyed. Yeah. It's just, to me, it's like, what purpose would that serve to display to the world? I mean, biologically speaking, I'm, generally aware of the concept that humans cry because they seek attention from other humans to aid or comfort in some way. But that begs the question, why do people cry when they're alone? Because people do.
To express and release, just like
sure.
why they pee.
Yeah, there's got to be a reason. Yeah, I mean, their emotions have to be
released, and they have to go somewhere.
Yes. Maybe my body's just very efficient at processing emotions internally. Because there must be because, I mean, I think everyone agrees that sometimes you have an emotion that's not terribly strong and you can deal with it without the outward expression. So maybe it's like your friend with the high metabolism who can, eat all the cookies and not gain weight. Yeah. They just can process it.
That's a great metaphor.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't claim you to not be emotional or like an emotionless person or anything. That's just from
that's just Franco.
Yeah. Because I know that everyone has emotions. It's just a matter of how we all decide to deal with them and process them. Like even psychopaths and sociopaths have emotions, but
oh sure. Not to say that I'm either of those things.
No, you're not. You're not.
Double checking, we still good? I think that I, tend to take the lead and, organize and
yeah, you are a really great organizer.
Yeah.
It seems. And a leader in your friendship circles. Like, let's do this thing, let's set up a plan and make it happen.
Yeah. Because the best way to make sure that happens is if I do it. Because I have control over what I can do. So in my mind, that's a way of like assuring that if I want a situation or like a event to happen, that I can effectuate that.
Makes sense, because you know that you'll get it done. It also seems like you value group activities. Is this true?
Yeah. So that's like kind of weird too. Like with my friend group, it's like more the merrier for people that I know or people that I want to know. So I don't know. There's like comfort in being in group activities with people that you want to be with. So in my mind, if we're just going to keep time back to the efficiency angle here, just because I think it's interesting. But in my mind, if I'm already going to take the plunge and be extroverted for a given situation, why not be extroverted with as many people as possible at the same time? I don't know. I'm not one of those people that like gains or loses energy based on something like that. I feel like it's just like on whether I'm hungry or not, or whether I've gotten sleep or that sort of thing. More so, I don't know. Obviously, if I hang out with friends all day, 8 hours, 9 hours, I'll be tired at the end of it. But same deal if I, worked all day alone. I don't really see a difference in that.
I'm gonna side note. So this is making me think of the variants, which I haven't talked about. There's social, sexual, self-preservation. Social is like groups and having a preference toward groups. Sexual is like intimate, one-on-one, which Isabella and I are. We were like one-on-one people, like, and then self-preservation is like, what self-preservation is? Just
sure,
like by yourself.
Like the loner type, people that like to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like an order of preference. I don't know what yours is, but I guess it's social then, would you say?
It'd probably be like somewhere between social and sexual, just good. So, I mean, I don't know enough people to be like in a big group, but I would say I'm probably more comfortable in groups, outside my wife, more so in groups that are, you know, three to, I don't know, 3 to 6.
3 plus.
3
instead
plus,
of like something
yeah.
like this where it's like.
But if it was like 10, that'd probably not be something that I was like super interested in if I had to rank them. I mean, this is fine. I know you.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I guess yeah, probably 3 to 6 range is probably where I fall. I don't know if there's like a term for that. They should make a term for that.
Like a specify the
Yes.
larger groups.
Like socially sexual or sexually social.
Okay.
Oh, I'm cheating.
No cheating.
Okay.
Is your inner world complex? Your eye just twitched.
I would say no. No. Or at least I try for it to not be. What's like a complex mind? Like what does that mean? When you say that, I think of like a storm of numbers and words and geometric shapes in my head. So
like the curious incident of the dog.
yeah, like it's just like a cacophony of like noises and like feelings,
like
but
inner definitions to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, like all these different or thoughts that can't come out quite.
yeah, I would say that I don't experience that. I don't
You're
think.
able to articulate.
I feel like it's very much just I think about what like needs to be thought of at any given moment, and nothing like beyond the surface level of that.
You're able to articulate it.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I'm gonna diagnose you as an ENTJ.
Oh. Was that all you needed? Was that the last question? Like the missing piece of the puzzle? Also, now it's Christmas back here.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Or whatever holiday you celebrate.